All right, so I've been asked quite often why I use this team in R5, especially since I have other cleansers such as Lisa and Annabelle, and they're pretty well ruined. I also have um, Hua for DPS. I have Sierra. I have a bunch of good monsters that could do the job instead of Derpia. And then people really question my frigate. Actually, funny enough, I thought about this team and ruined them, especially for R5 last rune removal. And then I just pugged raids to test it. And the first team I pugged was people are pretty regularly in channel 65 and pretty OP compared to me. Um, and they were looking at my team and they were telling me get the fuck out, noob, and I was like just press play, it should be okay, right? And I ended up doing 55% damage contribution because Derpia didn't derp, so I just said lol and left, and that was that. So anyway, I've been using this team since then. Now, why am I using this team um, as opposed to other options I have? Well, for Delphoi, I really like Delphoi as opposed to others. Um, um, like I never built Kona, never felt the need. Lisa is really great. I understand why people use her, um, but she shines the most when there are other monsters in the mix that have something interesting about their first skill. So paired with Hua, it makes a lot of sense because of the attack bar reduction. I don't have anyone in my team that benefits from Lisa. That's why I don't use her. And I don't use Hua because as much as I really love her, I really love her in some very specific TOA hard floors, and I need her with high HP and accuracy, and that is it. So I use her as a very niche monster, and I never build a second one and whatnot. So Delphoi is great. Plus, I prefer immunity to pure like debuff cleansing. Reason being, as you may have saw at the beginning of the video, she's the second fastest monster in my team after Frigate, and she's on immunity. So I get the boss first attack that debuffs me, but she survives it, and then she will cleanse everyone and apply immunity, and then my Colleen moves and buffs, my other monsters move and debuff, and I even think my Frigate moves before my Derpia. And then my Derpia, if things go right, which doesn't happen often because she derps, like right now she's using her skill on a non-death broken boss, but whatever. Um, Point being, if all goes well, she starts by doing a 69,000 damage hit to start the game. And if it goes well, she'll have time to do it like 4 or 5 times throughout the fight. And that usually brings me a very decent damage contribution. Now, mind you, because she derps often, she's a bit better in longer fights with when I tend to carry people a little. When I'm with players stronger than myself, as soon as she derps, I look a bit like a noob, but whatever. Plus my other nukers, like either they don't survive or they don't dish enough damage, and my other um, DPS that could compete with Derpia is Sierra, but she fails her bomb so often, even though she's at 91% accuracy, she pisses me off. So even if she was doing more DPS, fuck her. I don't want to use her here. Um, and Frigate is really, I tried like double DPS, I tried more healers, I tried more speed, I tried a bunch of things. And you know what? I just prefer him because he allows me to have less heals because he resets cooldowns on my healers, and he resets cooldowns on Derpia. So when your damage dealer relies on a long cooldown skill, I really think, and I did it with Mav before, it works well. So I really prefer in that case to have a cooldown shortener or whatever it's called. So yeah, that's simply why I use this theme. It works super well, 98% of the time. So now you know why.